Hello guys, and welcome back to another part of my trap generator. After 6 weeks of work, I finally am somewhat finished. Though the songs are not the best they can be, they at least sound somewhat accurate. Anyways, I didn't accomplish much in the past 2 weeks. I spent most of the time filling up the type beat list. This took many hours, since there were 22 pieces of information, most of them being long strings of letters acting as lists inside of lists. I then added a more complex way to generate melodies. This time, instead of using a single repeated pattern for the pitches and rhythms, there could be patterns that changed based on presets. The reason why I am using presets for everything is because only presets that are made by a human, instead of randomly generated nonsense, would make the music sound good. The way the new melody was to be generated was by first creating a skeleton of notes that go along with the melody contour, then fill in the spaces with a random note that goes along with the note directly in between and in the key. There was also a list of presets to determine if the in-between notes should be generated or not. But I didn't want to delete the previous melody generator's code, so I kept it and made it generate only for the counter melody. The new algorithm would generate for the main melody. The songs now sounded better than before, but they were not at all accurate to the type beats they were supposed to be. In order to help, I made a second type beat list with 7 items of information per type beat. These included the harmony instrument presets, since before every harmony was always using the same synth, riser presets, and more melody presets specific to the new algorithm. All along the way, I added more melody, lead, and harmony instruments, and drum presets. But it still sounded terrible. Sometimes, the snares and claps or the 808s and kicks had completely different rhythms playing together. Other times, there were instruments that didn't fit the type beat, like a lead in a lo-fi beat. So I added a third type beat list, making sure to include everything possible needed to make the beat sound accurate. It mostly included chances, but there was one item for the snare rhythm presets, which was probably the most important item I had forgotten. I also added an option to have a fade in, fade out instead of the risers in the list. In total, there were 8 items per type beat, making there a total of 37 items per type beat. For the drill beats, I had to make a new system for the hi-hats, since the previous system could not support the 0.75 beat long notes. And also, I added a vinyl cracking ambience to the lo-fi beats, and a cappella vocals to the funk beats. The only problem with the a cappella vocals is that there is no option to change just the tempo, you can only change the tempo and pitch. So there is a high BPM. The vocals can sound a bit chaotic. But the sounds didn't really get to play all the way due to the melody having to stop all sounds before each note. This is because when changing pitch before the note stops, it makes the next note sound extremely attacked. So I tried many options, and finally settled on making the melody volume fade in before each note. And that allowed me to finally add the cowbell to the second melody in the funk beats. That was basically all I did in the past 2 weeks. I have already streamed this on my alt account, Random Musics I made, this Sunday. So please visit it, because the stream will be active whenever I have time. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this series, and see you next time. Bye.